Mississippi, 1912. The woods outside Coldwater held the dark longer than other places. Tall pines crowded together so tightly that the sky looked thin above them. Narrow strips of fading blue, caught between black needles. Dirt roads twisted through the forest in long-forgotten bends, and when evening came, the shadows gathered quickly, too quickly. Hamza knew that well. Because in that part of Mississippi, being caught outside after dark could mean more than trouble. Sometimes it meant a rope. He lived alone in a small cabin at the edge of the woods, its boards gray from years of rain. The roof sagging where an old storm had nearly torn it away. Inside there was little: a narrow bed, a cracked iron pot, a small wooden table, a worn stove where he boiled whatever food he could find. Most nights it was cornmeal, sometimes beans. On better days, a scrap of pork. He worked wherever he could, hauling hay, mending fences, clearing brush, digging trenches. White farmers needed strong hands, but rarely remembered the man attached to them. That afternoon he had gone into town looking for work. There was none. By the time he began walking back, the sun was already lowering behind the trees. In his hand, he carried a small dented lantern, its patched glass throwing out a steady, fragile light along the forest path. The woods were quiet. Pine needles softened his steps. Crickets filled the air with song. A crow called once, in the distance, before silence swallowed the sound. He kept walking, thinking about the fire he would make, the cornmeal waiting on the shelf, the hope that tomorrow might bring a few coins. But as the light faded, something else crept in. Memory. He had seen what happened to black men caught outside after dark. He had seen the rope, the oak tree, the crowd that watched in silence. He had learned the rules early. Keep your head down. Move when told. Be gone before the sun disappears. Now the light was almost gone, and he was still in the woods. He walked faster. The sign near the edge of town had been clear. Colored after sunset prohibited. Tonight he had cut it too close. The forest dimmed around him, then the fog came. It rose slowly from the ground, drifting between the trees like breath from the earth. Within moments, the path ahead disappeared into pale gray. The lantern light bounced back at him, leaving the world beyond swallowed in mist. Even the crickets fell silent. He stepped forward carefully. Then again, the ground beneath his boots changed. The dirt path was gone. In its place was something hard, smooth. A wide black road stretched beneath his feet, shining faintly in the lantern light. It had not been there before. He turned. The woods were gone. Blinding light burst through the fog. Machines roared past him, faster than any horse, faster than anything he had ever seen. Their lights cut through the darkness, their engines shaking the ground as they flew down the road. More followed. Endless, metal beasts racing through the night. Tall poles held bright white lights that burned stronger than flame. In the distance, towering buildings rose into the sky, their windows glowing like stars trapped behind glass. His hands began to shake. This was not his world. Then came the sound. A high, wailing siren cut through the air. Red and blue lights flashed through the fog. A machine stopped beside him. A white man stepped out, dressed in dark clothing, a badge catching the light, a weapon at his side. Hamza froze. Every lesson he had ever learned locked his body in place, head down, hands still. No sudden movement. The men approached him, confused. Moments later, cold metal closed around his wrists. He did not resist. They placed him inside their vehicle. The door shut, the world outside blurred as they moved. Lights streaked past, buildings rose on every side. And then he saw them. Black men walking freely along the streets. Black women laughing beneath glowing storefronts. A black man driving one of the machines. No fear, no chains, no lowered heads. The sight left him silent. The hospital was brighter than anything he had ever known. Clean floors, white walls, machines that hummed softly. But what stopped him completely were the people, black nurses, black doctors, moving with confidence, speaking calmly, caring for white patients. No hesitation, no fear. The world had changed, or he had. Time passed, and then suddenly he was alone. The room was empty, the cuffs on the floor, and no one saw him leave. No door opened, no sound marked his departure, only absence. The fog returned, the trees rose again. The narrow forest path reformed beneath his feet, and there, through the mist, his cabin. He stumbled inside, set the lantern down, lit the stove, watched the fire catch. As the cornmeal boiled, he sat in silence. Machines faster than horses, cities brighter than daylight, black men walking free, black women standing as equals to white women. It felt impossible, too real to dismiss, too distant to understand. He told himself what made sense, that he had fainted, that it had been a dream, that none of it could be true. But the thought would not leave him. It stayed there, quiet, heavy, because somewhere deep inside, he knew, for a few impossible minutes inside that fog, he had seen the future, and the world waiting there was nothing like the one he lived in.